What is necessary for this smile? Good evening,
Tasha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm back up in the office where we have a stable. Yeah, I don't want no more messages from Gangsta E talking about till we get that right. Till we get that right.
Calling you out too, right?
Every week. So why do I keep running into this wall?
Man, headache. I'm tired.
Headache, tired.
In the wall. So tired.
And it's like, and what we're talking about tonight is, and I think it's actually can be a crossroads for people, right? You keep doing something over and over and over again, and nothing's happening, or you keep failing at it. Now, that's really either a choice to either say, maybe I need to go in a different direction, or maybe I keep going.
And you know what just popped into my head? What is it that has you doing the same thing over and over again? Is it a fear of trying to do something differently?
Yeah. Wait. Is it the fear that makes you do it over and over again?
I mean, the reason that you keep doing it is because, well, yeah, sure, I have an idea of something I could do differently that might give me a different result, but I'm fearful of trying to do this different thing.
Got you. Yeah. I'm fearful of doing something different. Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, and so I want to just say good evening to those who are watching, and you can drop your comments in. Why do you keep running into this wall? Because you fail to recognize what you can't see.
Or, that's what I'm saying, like, maybe you can see it. You're just like fearful of doing something different.
So it's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's why it's a question.
Why is a question? Where are you with it? What wall do you keep running into? Or have you been able to course correct and you have a testimony for us this evening?
How about that? I think, well, do I have something that I keep doing? I don't think there's anything that I continue to do that I see a negative outcome that you know what I mean? Because I think I stopped doing it.
Good.
I think for me, it's very much what Oprah says. It's God telling you to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
I also have a very good accountability partner who kind of walks and talks with me, as well as a mom, right?
Moms rock.
And, you know, I can also talk things through with her. Unconscious incompetence or conscience income. Woo! You better come with it, Anthony.
Yeah. Yes,
oh, so he brings up a very good, right? So you could be going through something, and it can even be, you know, why am I participating in crazy? Now, I have certainly participated in crazy for far too long. Now, I absolutely did that. And both keep doing the same thing with the same horrible results. Absolutely, Anthony. Right? And so I've certainly participated in crazy. And maybe I did it for love or infatuation or whatever dumb reason. I mean, it wasn't worth it.
I watched what's that show? Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
And the term she used this season, she was dick dizzy. That will make you keep running into that wall. Just dizzy, just like spinning. Sorry. You know, I will admit.
You should have told me that first. Okay. You should have led with the fact that you had something to drink, knowing good and well you were lightweight and you was just gonna say anything out here tonight.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, all right. But listen, I remember, right? Because I go back to, you know, a time, and you and I were still, well, we were accountability partners, but we were probably growing in our friendship at this point. And I was doing the same stupid thing, going back, or still dealing with the same person over, expecting a different outcome. Like, oh no, it's different. Oh no, we just friends. Oh, we not together. Oh, he's changing. Oh, and you said very simply, this is not going to stop until you are ready for it to stop. It's not going to change. You just got to ask yourself the question, a year from now, do you want to be in the same place? But it ain't going to change. Ain't nothing we going to say, nothing's going to change until you're ready for it to change. I was like, yeah, but you were right.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that was the time for you to hear it, right? It's nothing new under the sun. It's not that you didn't know that,
Right.
right? Or that somebody may not have said it to you before, but at that moment, right, the stars were aligned for it to hit your ear differently and
Yeah.
for you to make a move,
Yeah.
right?
And and the crazy thing is, right? Because speaking of a wall, I was running into the Great Wall of China. Okay. That's how I was in the Berlin Wall. I was in the Cold War of walls. Okay.
Mm. And so when you heard that, we have some notes here about being self-reflective. Was that the point that made you sort of look inward and say, "Yeah, maybe she's right. Like, what do I want out of this situation?"
No, I mean, we talk about a couple things that kind of help us get to or get over running into this wall. I think, yes, it was self-reflective. I think it came from a place of someone who is not invested, right? Like I tell people, we did not start off as friends. So you did not know the whole sordid history. He did not impress you. You didn't know all the tricks and all the stuff. You didn't know it, right?
Yeah.
It was just very cut and dry, very simple. So there was no I think that was important. You did not have a other than seeing me happy, right? And other than seeing me get to where I wanted to be, which is at a happy and healthy place, you did not, there was no other investment.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and because there was no other investment and it was just very clear, very cut, and it was very much take it or leave it. You're not trying to convince me of nothing. And then so it came from a different place and and it hit me differently. Like, yeah, it's really just that plain and simple. Yeah, we got to start doing things different. And
I wish that it was always that plain and simple for me.
listen, that was after years. Okay, be clear. I said I was at the Great Wall of China. I was at the Berlin Wall. Okay.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm with you. I've been in those situations where it's just like, and so I wish that I didn't have to go through years or months or weeks of hitting a wall. I wish that it could always be that clear and simple, right? Because we get inspirational messages and talk to people. You say stuff to me all the time. It sometimes it still hasn't hit me, right?
Well, here's a beautiful thing, right? So let's just talk about the things to get over the wall, right? Right? Because we keep running into the wall. It's time to get over the wall. It's time to get around the wall. Let's just talk about those things. I think the things that we actively use today, because I don't, I personally don't feel any walls that I'm running into.
Yeah.
I feel very good about that.
Very good.
All right. So
I'm happy for you.
All right.
Trying to get
the first thing is being self-reflective.
Which takes time, right? And I will personally say that I haven't taken the time.
Yeah.
Right? You it's not something that just sort of happens on a whim. It happens when you stop to take a bath, right? When you do some self-care, right? That's quiet, when you're in therapy, right?
Yeah.
That's when you're able to reflect on yourself. And yeah, listen, I haven't recently, I haven't taken the time.
It's important,
Yeah.
right? And for me, it's the getting, because it's asking yourself, why am I participating? Like, what about me what is that saying about me? If I'm participating in crazy, what about me likes to participate? Because I'm getting something out of it. Listen, I've watched a lot of Dr. Phil and I've watched a lot of Oprah.
But Dr. Phil.
Just saying, you too can become a psychologist. Okay. And I'm just saying, we only participate in things that we get something out of. And so, what are we getting out of it?
That's deep, honey, because I might be able to answer that question.
All right. The other thing is we've got to take the emotion out of it.
That's the hardest part.
Taking the and having an accountability partner that can see it on the outside because they're not personally connected is an incredible help.
Right. And so in your example, I didn't have any emotion.
You didn't have any emotion, exactly. And therefore you were able to see something very clearly, very straightforward, and get to it. And it just because my other friends, they knew all the stories. They knew about the roses and the chocolates and this and that. Just trash. Absolute trash. Right? You were not moved by any of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking the emotion out of it, absolutely.
Anthony says familiarity is a powerful motivator, even when it ain't healthy.
Oh, you better speak. You out here with proverbs, Anthony Butler.
Familiarity.
You out here like Khalil Gibran out here, okay, with the spoken word.
Powerful motivator.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, to answer the question, you got to be getting something out of it. Yeah, I mean, I could answer the question, but but how long do you deal with the crazy? Yeah.
Well, and again, that is what you said to me. How long?
How long do you deal with the crazy?
Do you want to be in the same place 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? If you do, keep doing the same thing, but it ain't gonna change. Woo, every time I say your words back,
Anthony said I would be Google me. I love it.
Absolutely. All right. Consider a different perspective.
Sometimes I feel like that might keep me in a situation because maybe I'm the crazy one. Right?
Yes. I mean, yes, that's the truth. Yes.
And so all these pieces go together, right? If I'm considering a different perspective, maybe I'm the crazy one, so I need to do more self-reflection, right? In order to change the situation.
I think the first step is you have to have the self-reflection.
Yeah.
You can't take the emotion out of it or gain a different perspective until you take the time to self-reflect. So yeah, that you trying to get to 2, 3, and 4. Hey, Gangsta E, I'm a bit late, but I'm here. We glad to see you here. We talked about you earlier. All good. We just wanted you to know I'm in the room with good Wi-Fi. We're not gonna have no problems. You're not gonna have to tell us about our Wi-Fi tonight. All right. And so the fourth thing we talk about is having an accountability partner. Yeah, it's critical. I mean, again, you were the one who you were one of the things, crossroads that sort of kind of helped me look at that situation very differently. And again, this doesn't have to be about a relationship. It just happened to be the major crossroad that I remember that came across my mind, that I remember just kind of running into the same wall over and over again. And despite, what do we say, Tasha, like hitting your head over and over and over and over again, it's like the only way to stop hitting your head is just stop doing it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Move over from the wall.
Move from the wall. Lift your head up. Stop going to the wall. It sounds simple.
But the thing about an accountability partner, right? Like, unlike, excuse me, that situation where I didn't know anything, when you're in relationship with somebody and that person does know some things, right? And knows where you've been and can see how long you've been hitting your head, they can remind you, remember that semester when you took 3 classes, worked a full-time job, and you was a mom? Remember how that happened? So you're gonna register for 3 classes again? That's what you're gonna do, right? It's the blind spots, right? Because I think
you can do it all.
You can do this.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, yes. Amazing. that you even, I mean, and so it's helpful. And again, that accountability partner can give you a different perspective. But
Yeah.
again, sometimes you're hitting your head and you feel like you're running in a wall, and sometimes you're going to run through the wall. And I think you can still do that by going over the things that we just talked about, being self-reflective, right? Because maybe it's just changing, just 1/8 of an inch in how you approach something. And that just might be the trick to get you around the wall.
1/8 of an inch, huh?
Don't ask me to show you how big it is because I don't know. I just know it's small. It's smaller than an inch. It's 1/8 of an inch, right? But that might be the trick. But again,
Right.
without the self-reflection, without taking the emotion out of it, without looking at it from a different perspective, without having an accountability partner, you may keep running into the wall.
Yeah.
The
And I
blind
think,
spots, seeing the blind spots are critical.
yeah, I'm thinking about, we often use weight loss as an example that because we all have dealt with it, right? Everybody has wanted to lose weight at one time in their life. And so, I'm thinking about these sort of things like, your why, right? Be self like, why are you trying to lose weight? That's important before you sort of embark on anything, right? If you
It
want
is.
to cleanse, right? Like, why are you doing this? Like, it's really important to understand that. So that's that self reflection, right? And then removing the emotion from it. Listen, I'm going to do this regardless of whatever is going on, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
committed to it. I'm going to do it. It's not about, oh, if I miss out on this, I'm going to feel this kind of way or whatever, right? You're committed to it. You're going to do it. And then considering a different perspective, right? If you've had trouble losing weight for so long or starting a workout plan for so long, right? Maybe look at things differently. Maybe you don't have to go to the gym to work out, right? Maybe you
Yeah.
don't have to think about what you can't eat. You think about what you can eat, right? You just
Yeah.
change your perspective. And then when you say it out loud, there's that social accountability, right? So you have your accountability partner and someone is going to say, how you doing with that, right? Or
Yeah.
they, are going to say, if we're going to go out, let's do something active instead of going to the restaurant so we can eat a lot of food.
I'm gonna give another example again how this sort of works in multiple ways. I had a friend of mine recently. She had been asked some advice, and this friend is a very giving person, gives advice freely at will, and so she was giving advice, and then she told the young person to go talk to someone else, another person that she had helped.
Yeah.
Okay. And that person didn't help that young person the way he had been helped. She was
Mm.
really frustrated by that person. Like, how could they do that? How could you, doesn't he understand? Doesn't he know, da, 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 da. And she came and talked to me. She's like, I'm really frustrated. I'm just like not wanting to deal with him. And I said, and I gave her a different perspective, right? Well, first off, I said, let's be self-reflective, please. You are a very giving person.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone doesn't give like you give. Like this is your whole life. This is what you do.
Right.
Everyone can't match that. Then I was like, you also understand that he comes from a different environment. It's not what was modeled for him. And so she was like, okay, I got it. You're right. And then, and the first person she was helping, he wasn't as responsive. I was like, because he's not that guy. You're helping him to become more responsive.
Right.
So come on, just work with him and tell him, because she was going to write him off in a text message. Don't do that. Pick up the phone, ask him what's happening. Ask him what's going on. Don't just
Or give him the benefit of the doubt and make up a story in your head that gives him the benefit of the doubt, right?
Absolutely.
That's what I do at work. Because I'm like, listen, I'm good to these people. They got no reason to act any kind of way towards me or have any sort of attitude. So yeah, I make up a story in my head. Mostly, it's men, and I'm like, well, they must not be getting none at home, and so they're sexually frustrated, and so they're gonna come to work and take it out on me. I'm cool with that, right? I'll take it. It's okay.
What are you drinking tonight?
Just change the perspective, and it makes things so much easier, right? No need for me to be hitting my head against the wall trying to figure out why they acting crazy. Just keep it moving.
I mean, that's a story to tell. And thank you, Anthony Butler. Thank you. Where are we going? I'm not ready for. I'm like, I think we're going. You just taking me all kinds of places. I mean, I feel you. I'll just say, okay.
Listen, behave at work or people are making up stories about you. I'm just saying.
That's it. That's absolutely it. I mean, so again, it's so important to see, or it's important to acknowledge that there might be blind spots that you cannot see. Yeah, AQ Partners After Dark, for sure. Okay. Um, there very well are blind spots that we can't always see.
Yeah.
And that's oftentimes why we are hitting the wall over and over again. And so we would challenge anyone and everyone. Listen,
Get you an accountability partner.
well, do that. But also be self-reflective,
Yeah.
right?
Take
Take the emotion out of it. Consider a different perspective. And yes, get you an accountability partner.
To that end.
To that end, I want to say thank you for joining us.
It was fun.
It was fun. You got to warn me when you're on a sauce, just so I know. But listen, you can check us out always on Facebook at aqpartners.com, on Instagram, aq_partners. So everything's changed, in case you haven't noticed. Everything's changed. Don't look for that other name anymore. We're not there. All right, aq_partners. And on our website, theaqpartners.com. And we encourage you, as always, to check out our class. You can go at your own pace. We can be right there with you. We can hold your hand as you try to reach and become everything that you want to be in this world. You can change the game. You can go to bit.ly/AQ class.
Love it.
Love it. All right, Tasha, that's going to do it for us tonight.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.